Whoa. A public post from me. But now, I'm angry. I got into a heated discussion the other night about the definition of rape culture and what it means. He was a large male, someone who I don't think has ever had to worry about being physically assaulted once. And for him to say he doesn't agree with the term rape culture or think it's needed hurt and angered me very much. This is going to be long, but I need to get it off of my chest. Don't get me wrong, most women don't live in constant fear. That's ridiculous. However, we do live in constant awareness. Even we don't notice it, because it is ingrained in us, our subconscious, and in our culture. You see, when a woman wakes up, she has to decide what to wear. She may want to look nice, but what she perceives as nice may be seen as inviting, or God forbid, even slut-tie, to others. This may invite unwanted attention, be it looks, comments, or even physical touching. Depending on where she lives and where she is going, the danger of this can vary a lot. That is, rape culture. If she is at work, she has to be mindful of where she parks in the parking garage. If she screams, are there others to hear her? At work, she must be mindful of how she sits, how she bends over, always at the knees, never leave your butt out there. How many buttons are undone on her shirt? Much of it is simple professionalism, and some of it is to deter being leered at, commented on, or talked about at the water cooler. Even leaving your hair down or up is something that she might have to consider, based on the environment. Does leaving your hair down invite rape? Of course not, I'm not trying to suggest that. But it does sometimes invite unwanted sexual attention that she didn't ask for or want to have to deal with in the day. And depending on the environment, harshly spurning unwanted sexual attention might leave her turned on in another way. She's a bitch, frigid or a prude, and leave her shunned. That is rape culture. After work, she might want to go for a workout. She has to decide if she's wearing yoga pants, running shorts, or just baggy shorts and a t-shirt. All of these things send different messages to different people. She might find one more comfortable, cooler to wear or leave her more flexible, but to others it says, I want to be looked at, or check out my ass, or I am homely. It's ridiculous, but she knows this. It's a choice she has to face, or at best if she's a strong person convince herself not to give a damn. If she wants to run outside, she now has to consider where she's running. Is it safe? Are there people around at all times, or are places she will run dangerously isolated? Should she carry her mace with her? Should she wear headphones, or keep the volume low so she can hear someone moving toward her? Should she tell a friend or family member where she is going each time, in case she doesn't come back? This is not exaggerating. It is something I consider every single time I go for a run. Unlock your door immediately behind you when you're back home. Because that is rape culture. That night, what if she wants to go to a bar or club for some social interaction? This part is so tricky. First, picking out the clothing again. We know those rules now, already. Is it sexy? Slut tie? Does a skirt this short mean she was asking for it or deserves it? Then she must choose the venue. Can't go to a shady bar or club, especially not alone. She knows going to a club alone raises her chances of being put into a dangerous situation hugely. She must be very careful of where she parks, as close as possible. Are there streetlights? Are there open businesses around? Are there people active? When she leaves the club, will there still be people out nearby? When walking to and from the club, she must be acutely aware of all people around her. Are there females? Are there large groups of men, or men alone? Are they looking at her? She must make eye contact or it looks submissive, but not too much or it is inviting. She must mind how she walks, how she carries herself, and make sure she has the ability to try to physically defend herself by her chosen means quickly. She may choose to carry her car key in hand as a weapon. Most women are trained for that, because it's sadly necessary. Once she's at the bar with her friends, she has to be sure she has a safe way home, or someone to walk her to her car she trusts. She has to be aware of not drinking too much, because if she happened to, terrible things can happen and it might be considered her fault for daring to partake of adult beverages. Because that is our very own rape culture. If a woman is made to feel uncomfortable by someone, she has to decide how to handle it. If someone makes inappropriate comments, touches her, or makes a rape joke she isn't happy about, will she have any support? Will one of her friends tell the male in question to stop it, that he's not funny and it's not acceptable? Or will they tell her she's reading into things, that she clearly just wants attention or that she's causing drama? Will she learn to stand up for herself, or learn to be quiet and stop making a situation from nothing, because her feelings are often considered nothing? It won't be said out loud, but it will be taught. That is rape culture. And if a woman is unfortunate enough to be raped, she then has to deal with the consequences. Who to go to, and will they believe her? If they believe her, will any justice be served? Will the rapist be allowed to use excuses like she was drunk, she dressed sexily, that she smiled and talked to him so she clearly wanted it? Will he get more than a slap on the wrist? If she is pregnant, will she have a choice in carrying it? Because some states say that is not her choice. In fact, some states say if she chooses to have the baby, the rapist has a right to sue for custody and visitation rights. Will society shun or blame her? Will her significant other blame her? Will he still want her and support her? Or will she consider keeping quiet so as not to risk that? Depending on her family and religion, she may even be considered soiled and unwanted, useless and unmarriable. For being raped. Before someone chimes in talking about the dangers men face, can we please keep odds in mind? Most men do not have to struggle with being viewed sexually based on their hair or attire. Most men, when out for a run, don't even have to consider being jumped because why would anyone mug you on a run? We all know you don't carry your wallet, and that's still not worry of rape. If a guy passes out at a party, the worst thing likely to happen to him is getting robbed or your brother's drawing a penis on your face with a marker. Sure, a guy can get jumped in bad areas, it happens. And yes, sometimes men are raped. But it is a very low statistic, not a constant, subconscious fear or defensiveness women face every day. Stop saying rape culture doesn't exist. Just because you aren't aware of it or you don't have to live it doesn't mean it's not there and it's not a huge problem. If you think this is all exaggerated, you might be misled. A woman's chance of being raped in the US is 1 in 5. 1 in 5. That is disgusting. How many women do you know? Now imagine 20% of them being raped. Because that is what we are dealing with. That is rape culture and it's unacceptable. It makes me cry, and it makes me angry. And I hope, for humanity's sake, that it makes you angry, too.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. We do not give up. Expect surprises. Subscribe.